This will be the last video on this extra Pilot RC Extra NG 78-inch Scheme 9 video. This is more or less a summary. It flew okay. I'm not that great a pilot, so I need to add some expo to it and stuff. So let me see. Let me tell you kind of the problems I ran into. You guys can hopefully not run into them. So I want to start with those plates right there. You're going to need to cut them open slightly. And cut them wider and a little bit longer so that the whole horns fit. Okay. Also, here, like in the ailerons, cut the horns. Cut the horns if they don't. How many of y'all can figure out what that is? Anyway, cut the horns length instead of digging into the wood. Right here is the perfect CG for this plane in particular. On this thing here, I got the ignition battery here. Right here, this is to stride it down. There's the receiver. I have a front dump canister. There it is right there with that paper towel sticking out of it so that doesn't leak. The factory pull wires are just long enough, so if they're frayed or anything and you gotta cut them, cut as little as you have to, and be careful because you're going to need more. Also, you're going to have to cut this cowling here significantly so that the engine breathes, gets enough air intake to run. This has got a DLE 35. It flies fine with it. I haven't tried hovering or any of that stuff yet. I haven't been able to fly it once yet. Not a whole flight anyway. But I did get a little bit of a maiden in. So the first video you'll see is the first maiden where it wasn't running right. Second video it was running right, but then you could hear some flapping sounds. And that was the covering coming loose. So here, let me show you this wing. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see if I can bring it into the light. So you all see that? So I've already ironed this in again. And it wrinkled up again. So I really don't know. I sent Tailslide an email, but there were several questions, and one of them was what temperature does this Chinese brand covering work at? And they said number 2, which was no help at all. I have a digital heat iron, and number 2 don't mean nothing to me. I needed a temperature. I did get with Pilot RC Direct, and they said 170 to 180 degrees Celsius, which is like 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which seems way high for covering. I'm going to do with one of the scrap pieces they send you, I'm going to do a test to see what happens before I screw that wing up even more. And it's kind of it. I'll test that. If it works, great. If it don't, it don't. Everything else here went pretty normal. There's not a lot of place to secure the canister with, so my advice is going forward, if I have to buy a canister, I'm going to buy only rear dump canisters. This thing, I have a DLE 35 on my giant stick from Hanger 9, and that thing gets all covered with oil all over the bottom here, almost no oil, which is, I can't even tell you what kind of a blessing that is. So hopefully my last build, which is still in the box because I'm waiting for an engine, I've been waiting for it since end of February, eternally back ordered. That's frustrating. Anyway, once I get that, I might start that build. There is a build in the middle that you'll see part of the build, and the camera broke and I finished the plane without it. So hopefully I can maiden that one this weekend. And I don't know what else to tell you. The plane's beautiful. I gotta add more expo to it so that I feel more comfortable flying it. But it flies great. Can't think of what else to tell you right now. Thank you for following along. Thanks to the people who watched. And I'll catch you somewhere down the road. Thanks for watching. Well, it's in the air. How's it feel?
Feels fine. Just like the power's up. It's just up.
So the power's not right?
It's inconsistent. It sounds like to me it's about to die.
Just to be sure.
Pull it off.
No, just make sure it's tight so it don't come flying.
I'm going to keep my hand on the back.
Good.
I'm going to hop it up and trim it. Get back to me.
It's all on low rate. You want the power?
Yeah, after you got it, that's power.
Oh, okay.
more you don't want right now.
No, I know, these are low rates, I think.
That's what you say. Yeah, almost.